Hey, I'm Jay, and today we're Jonesing with
Man, and tonight we're Jonesing on Belle Meade Honey, baby. Ooh, so what's up, fellas?
What's going on, man?
All right, good. I am so excited. Big shouts out to Mike for furnishing us with
I'm excited
the
about it.
fantastic unicorn bottle. I've hunted this for quite some time.
I ain't never seen one.
Yeah. So let y'all soak that in. So y'all know how we do it here. We're gonna taste it. We're gonna do house rules. We're gonna taste it neat, and then we're gonna do it on the rocks. We are now preparing for our big bourbon trail trip.
Yes, sir.
So we have to get in the mood with the right libations.
Yes.
So Belle Meade Honey, Belle Meade's here in Nashville. They use true bee honey barrels, and it's aged. They take the regular Belle Meade juice and then age an additional 6 to 8 months. This comes out once a year. We're not going to ask how much it was paid for, but let me just say that this bottle will go for easily $2,000.
Wow, easily.
Now Mike's aftermarket, secondary. Yes. So now Mike is probably reconsidering whether or not we should open it.
Yeah, let's sell it.
Yeah, sell it. Yeah.
I don't blame you, man.
No, well, I'm gonna go ahead and open it real quick, so we can get our chance to taste it. Ooh,
This always the fun part.
this is the fun part. I'm trying to
Man versus bottle.
preserve it a little bit. So, you wanna introduce yourselves while I'm opening this?
Cool. I'm EA, good friends with Man, here in Tennessee.
Drink of choice.
My drink of choice is going to be bourbon, specifically Blanton's. That's my go-to. I love it.
Nice.
Anytime I can find it, I'm buying a bottle.
Smart man.
Mike, just outside Nashville. Been friends with Man for a while. And drink of choice is bourbon.
That pickle stuff we just said.
Yeah.
Wicked Pickle.
Wicked pickle.
Go out and get you a bottle.
Yeah.
Now, bourbon as well. Probably Angel's Envy, I would say.
Okay. And the oddball.
Jay from Nashville, friends with Man, and my favorite drink is Uncle Nearest 1820.
Oh, he said Uncle Nearest. So he's not an oddball. I was going to say oddball because I just knew you were going to say some disgusting scotch.
I was going to say Scotch, but today's bourbon day, so.
Okay. Well, all together, bow your heads. Oh, that was a little pop. So we're going to do a couple little light pours. I'll do small pours of this $2,000 bottle.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm really curious. Ooh, I must have been feeling it. I think I spilled a little bit. Curious to see if there's a heavy. That 6 to 8 months gives you a heavy honey influence. On the nose, I got nothing. I mean, I got whiskey. But nothing honey related.
I wonder if you're just going to get a finishing flavor. My buddy has a finishing barrel, and he takes like regular bourbons and whiskeys, and he'll put it in that finishing barrel like a month or something like that, and it just gives you an interesting little flavor that's a little bit different. I wonder if it's going to be the same thing.
So does he do the same barrel all the time?
Yeah.
So it could, he would never repeat that because each thing adds something new to the barrel.
Different character.
That's kind of dope. Well, around here, I was letting it breathe a little bit just to see if we. But I got no honey at all.
I got just a light kind of flowery type nose to it.
I kind of get smell this next to it. Like
Really light though.
whiskey.
It's surprisingly light.
Or like the regular Belle Meade. It seems to smell like regular Belle Meade to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, around here we say clink 'em and drink 'em. So we do a little clink 'em and drink 'em.
All right.
Get on here. Let's reach a long reach.
Long reach.
All right. Let's give it a taste.
I taste honey on the back end.
Very,
Well, that finish is incredible.
very light.
Yeah.
Also, the mouthfeel feels full. And is it just me, or is that psychological? But it feels thick.
What's the proof on it?
Proof is Yeah, 106.
106.
Okay, so it's 4
Yeah, yeah.
Now, one of the things I've read about this is going into it, people feel like it's like like Crown Apple,
Yeah.
or like a flavored, and it's not a
It's not.
flavored
It's not.
whiskey.
This is not wild turkey honey.
No.
Now,
I don't get much of the honey.
yep. Only thing I can say I feel the honey in is right at the end. It's like a light little. Oh, did I have something sweet kind of with that? And then
It's not overwhelming though.
it feels somewhat thick on the tongue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I like Belle Meade anyway. It's just a good bourbon, but that adds a little character to it that is really good.
Yeah.
It's got just a nice mouthfeel. I mean, I really, really like the finish. That finish, that honey finish sticks on your tongue for a while.
All right.
To be 106, man, it's pretty smooth.
Pretty smooth.
Definitely worth $2,000.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Especially when you bought it with your 2
Yeah. So, reason why I did that is I wanted us to put an ice cube in it, and because we do it on the rocks and with ice, so everybody who's watching is like, oh, they're gonna put it on ice. Yes, we are. We do
Gotta put it
everything
on
on
ice.
ice. So we're gonna boom.
Now, before we get to drinking this on ice, what's interesting is it's not as sweet as most of the honeys, like most of the whiskeys that are honey.
Right.
And so, do they do it a little bit differently with this than some of those other ones?
So what I have tried is typically being more of a liqueur.
Okay.
This is different. This is finished. So this is a regular. I wonder. See now I'm wondering. Okay, does putting it in that used honey barrel bring the proof down some, or do they put it in at what 106? We say 106.
106, yeah.
Do they put it in at 106 and it comes out at 106, or do they put it in at 120?
Yeah.
And bring it out at 106 kind of deal.
I think
6 to
they
8.
have to, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, 6 to 8 months is. I mean, it's not a long time when you think about
Yeah,
aging.
it's
Yeah.
So they're not adding like a liqueur to flavor
Nope.
the whiskey. They're aging the whiskey in barrels that had honey.
So what we're tasting here is essentially just what the honey, how the honey impacted the barrel,
Yeah.
and how that time in the barrel impacted the whiskey. So no real additives, or not that I've seen anything about it. Okay, let's click them and drink them.
that really opened up the sweetness.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's the exact same
Really
thing.
opened up the
The
sweetness.
sweetness came out. Still not overly sweet. Still not overly sweet,
But
but
it's
it's,
definitely
it definitely gets a lot sweeter. Wow.
I think this is one of the ones I would prefer neat.
I do. I do get a what's that pink? You know when you have coffee, there's a little pink package that you
The
Sweet
sweet
love.
Sweet love.
sweet low. I do get a little sweet and low feel
little sweet and
on
low
the
bite.
end, little aftertaste. Do y'all taste that?
Yeah, a little bit of bite in the end, yeah, for sure.
I think I prefer it neat.
Yeah.
Neat. Yeah.
I think
Either
I
way,
like.
good though.
Yeah.
Happy.
I'd probably go with mine on the rocks. I just prefer my bourbons on the rocks. Usually, unless it's like Blanton's, because Blanton's goes away.
Yeah.
But like something like this, I can still taste it. But I usually like mine cold, chilled.
I kind of thought that I like mine cold too, but I think I don't know if it's the ice, the water that brings out that little sweet and low kind of taste, or which I don't know when I'll ever get another bottle. If you could get it cold,
Right.
like just the bottle and not
Yeah.
put ice in it. So, I guess now what we do is we rate this once in a lifetime unicorn. We do it on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being push that bottle off the table, and we definitely not doing that. I think at this point everybody knows we're not doing that. Mike's like, please don't. But what would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 5?
So with me,
Yeah, it's over to you.
all right. I'm gonna give it a strong 4.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that I love, the flavors and stuff like that, it's close to it, but it's not right up there too. I wouldn't say it's a 5, but it's definitely a strong 4. For $2,000, I'd give it a 1.
Right.
Yeah, price to value.
But for a reasonable price, man, this is a good bourbon. I definitely think it's worth you giving it a shot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I was going to say 4 anyway. I liked it. Neat. Didn't dislike it on the rocks, but I just think it was smooth. It was what I expected. Wasn't super sweet. Just what the honey does to the juice. I really like the way it feels.
Yeah.
So
Man,
I say
let me
4.
get that again.
Oh yeah.
That last little drink I just took down there at the bottom, like it had been sitting under the ice, that was so good.
You can't wait until we're done with the reviews to do that.
No, gotta get foot forward now.
Wrapping up in about a minute.
Hey,
No,
man.
to be honest, man, I would put this one at a 6 out of 5. I mean, I think it breaks the breaks the ranking. The nose, the palate, and the finish all are exquisite. I have not had anything like this to date.
Yeah.
I can absolutely see why people are paying $2,000 for that bottle.
Yeah.
I haven't had anything better.
Yeah. I would say 4.5. It when it comes, especially when I think about, I don't mean this in a bad way, but especially when I think about Belle Meade whiskeys that I have tried in the past, it is such a step up from what did the cognac cask. There was one that I really didn't enjoy at all. I think the sour mash is the one that you let me try, which I thought that was really good. It's such a step up beyond that. Plus, the little bit of sweetness gives it an added little the only complaint I would have about it is availability.
Yeah.
This is definitely one that if you get a chance to try, you definitely want to try. Oh, am I gonna say it's worth $2,000? I'm gonna say no.
No.
Because I don't think there's any bottle worth $2,000. But is this one that if you were gonna spend some money on to try, it would. I don't think you'd be disappointed in spending your money.
Would you wait in line an hour for it?
I'd wait in line an hour to get it. Yeah. If they told me next year you could wait in line an hour to grab a bottle, I'd most definitely do it in a heartbeat.
I see why people had chairs and tents and all that stuff out several hours before they opened.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one that I would wait for.
It's a treat. Yeah. It's a real treat.
I've just never had anything like it. I mean, that finish is so different than any other bourbon I've had that it's
Yeah.
a really special bottle.
Yeah. And I came into this kind of thinking that it might be more so like a flavored whiskey of sorts.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's just finished.
Just legit bourbon.
Legit.
So here's the question though. To be a bourbon, you can't have any additives in it. So I guess with them just finishing it in the honey barrels, that still allows it to maintain that it's a bourbon.
So as long as it meets all the criteria, finishing has not been a disqualifier for it to be a bourbon. So as long as it's U.S., as long as it goes in the barrel at the right temperature, as long as it goes in the right kind of barrel, all of the right makeup of corn, as long as it meets all of those requirements.
Angels is finished.
And Angels is finished. That is not a disqualifier.
Okay.
That's also why I say Jack Daniels is a bourbon, but that's a whole other story.
It's a very good question.
Yeah, very good question. Very good
Thank you,
question.
man. That's what I'm here, man. Ask these great questions.
Yeah.
So we are selling a used bottle of Belle Meade Honey.
For $1,900.
DM man.
Yeah. All right. So, fellas, I appreciate it. I think this has been a long time coming for us to get together and do this. We're gonna have a blast at Bourbon Trail. So there's definitely gonna be more content around that. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and the TikTok. At Jones and Mann. This has been another episode.
Indeed.
Click them and drink them.
Drink 'em, y'all.
And we'll see you next time.